Hey everyone! So, a bombshell just dropped on YouTube that's got the entire internet talking. Mark Rober, the former NASA engineer with 65 million subscribers, released a video titled, "Can You Fool a Self-Driving Car?" that went absolutely viral in just 24 hours. But here's the thing, it's also sparked massive backlash, with some viewers even suggesting that Mark might be facing legal trouble for this one. So what exactly happened here? Let's break this down and get to the truth. In Mark's latest video, the most controversial part is the seemingly cool experiment, where he created a fake wall made of foam with a road pattern printed on it. From a distance, it looks like a continuation of the road, not a wall blocking the path. Then, and this is where things get dicey, he decided to test if Tesla's Autopilot could recognize this optical illusion and brake in time. So he drove straight toward it at 40 miles per hour. In his footage, the Tesla doesn't stop at all and crashes right through the fake wall. Even more dramatically, Mark placed a mannequin of a child behind the wall, creating this shocking visual that makes it seem like Tesla's system couldn't even protect a child. Anyone watching would immediately think, wow, Tesla's self-driving technology is completely unreliable. But is that really the whole story? Was this experiment actually scientific, fair, and impartial? Or is there something deeper going on? Perhaps some commercial interests and manipulation techniques that led this once inspiring YouTube creator to produce such a controversial video? Let's dig deeper. First, we need to understand something crucial that Mark glossed over. Tesla's self-driving technology actually has several different levels. The most basic level is automatic emergency braking, AEB. This is a fundamental safety feature that automatically brakes when the system detects obstacles, but it assumes the driver's paying attention and only activates when there's 100% certainty of danger. The second level is Traffic-Aware Cruise Control, TACC, which automatically adjusts your speed based on the car in front of you to maintain a safe distance. The third level is Autopilot. Now, this is important. Autopilot's purpose is to act as an advanced cruise control, not meant to be fully self-driving. The fourth and most advanced level is Full Self-Driving FSD, which is Tesla's most sophisticated technology capable of handling complex scenarios like crowded city centers and challenging parking situations. So here's the first problem with Mark's video. The title asks, "Can you fool a self-driving car?" which leads viewers to assume he's testing Tesla's FSD technology. But in reality, he's using the third-level Autopilot to compare against Luminar's LiDAR technology. This creates an immediate layer of misleading information for viewers who don't understand Tesla's different self-driving levels. They'll naturally assume he's testing Tesla's most advanced technology. So why didn't Mark use FSD for his experiment? This is worth thinking about. Anyone who follows Mark knows he loves to consider all possible scenarios in his experiments and make different comparisons. In such a high-profile, elaborate test, Mark had no reason not to test FSD as well. Yet in his video, he doesn't mention FSD even once. And the likely reason? If he had included it, maybe nobody would have paid for this video. Throughout the video, Luminar's car and staff appear frequently. As a company desperately trying to expand its market share, Luminar needs this kind of exposure to boost its competitiveness. Interestingly, Luminar's earnings report was scheduled for March 20th, just days after this video dropped. Think about it. A weekend before the earnings report, a YouTuber with 65 million subscribers releases this kind of video? The implications are pretty obvious. According to YouTube's advertising policies, all commercial partnerships must be clearly disclosed as paid promotions. Yet Mark doesn't explicitly state this is sponsored content. He simply mentions at the end, "Thanks to Luminar for providing test vehicles," trying to present the experiment as pure and fair to viewers. But was this experiment ever pure and fair from the beginning? Let's look at the experimental design. Mark conducts tests in extreme fog and extreme rain conditions. During the fog test, Mark even admits, "Optically, I can no longer see the kid through this fog." Think about it. If you were driving manually and the fog was so intense you couldn't see anything, you wouldn't be driving at all. The same goes for his rain test. It hardly ever rains that badly in real life, and if it did, you'd have pulled over to the side of the road. In these scenarios, any reasonable human driver would stop and wait. What Mark is doing is essentially forcing a system to drive in extreme weather conditions, where even humans wouldn't proceed. How does this prove the superiority of LiDAR in any meaningful way? How often do these extreme weather conditions occur in real life? And even if they do, how often would we risk driving forward anyway? Meanwhile, the scenarios we commonly encounter in daily life, congested traffic, people suddenly darting out from the side, changing traffic lights. These complex situations where LiDAR systems often struggle weren't included in Mark's experiments. This has led many viewers to question the true purpose of this experiment. Was it really about fair testing, or was it about discrediting a competitor for commercial interests? This could potentially expose Mark to unnecessary litigation. Some viewers have mentioned the Lanham Act, a U.S. law specifically targeting unfair competition and false advertising. According to this law, if someone makes false or misleading statements about their own or someone else's product in a commercial context, and these statements tend to deceive a substantial portion of the target audience, the injured party can file a lawsuit. In this case, the injured party would clearly be Tesla. Next, let's examine the most controversial experiment, the fake wall test. The fake wall was specifically designed to trick a camera-based system in a completely implausible real-world scenario. Why focus on deceiving visual cameras to prove LiDAR's superiority? Why not design an experiment that would trick LiDAR systems too? The entire experimental design makes it obvious what narrative Mark wanted to push. The most troubling part? The YouTube footage appears to be spliced together from different takes to create the narrative they wanted to present. If we compare the YouTube video with the raw footage Mark posted on X, formerly Twitter, we notice some interesting discrepancies. In the YouTube video, Autopilot appears to be turned on with a wider field of vision from a greater distance, at a speed of 40 miles per hour, creating the impression that Autopilot was engaged early. But in the raw footage Mark uploaded, the speed is actually 42 miles per hour, inconsistent with the YouTube version, suggesting multiple takes were filmed and then edited together. Even more interesting, in this raw footage, he pressed the Autopilot button 3 times in rapid succession. 1, 2, 3, only activating Autopilot when the car was already very close to the fake wall. At that point, the camera would only see the road image printed on the wall. Here's the crucial math. A car traveling at 40 miles per hour covers 176 feet in 3 seconds. Autopilot was turned on just 3 seconds before impact. A Tesla going 40 miles per hour needs 100 to 140 feet to stop. This means Autopilot was activated precisely when the brakes should have been applied to stop the car. He turned it on too late, ensuring it would hit the wall. And in the final second before impact, Mark disengaged Autopilot by turning the steering wheel up. Mark even had cartoonish cutouts in the wall because he knew what the result would be before he did the test. Did Luminar approach Mark to make this video promoting their technology? We don't know for sure, but what seems increasingly clear is that Mark understands the limitations of both LiDAR and optical-based systems. The outcome of this video appears to have been determined long before the cameras ever started rolling. What do you think? Was this a fair test of self-driving technology, or a calculated hit piece with commercial interests behind it? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more tech breakdowns like this one.